Keirin school, they got this poster of this Japanese girl who's straddling her bike in a short skirt, and the message on the poster is, "You will look at my legs more than my face." So it's kind of to try and attract a different crowd of people to try and keep the betting going in Japan.
Yeah, pretty much. And they really really strict on like making sure that we know all about how the betting works and so on, just to make sure that we aren't going to fix or anything the races. So. And then after that we got on the 400-metre track for the first time with the big funny helmets. Just kind of that was cool.
That was cool for the first time. And we had a lot of crowd of people come to watch us. Even the principal came to watch us on our first session, which we have made to feel very special here.
But we've always got like about 10 people following us around everywhere. It's sort of like our interpreter,
taking photos.
There's a lot of media around with these like little press sort of passes on, so they're allowed into the school, and they take lots of photos of us, and so we've always sort of got someone there on hand, if need be. And then we did this, so it's about as tedious as school. We did bike assembly practice because it's an exam.
I didn't find it too bad, but I think it's the routine that the Japanese are very particular people, and they have a lot of traditions. So with the bike assembly, you've got 20 minutes to take your bike apart and put it back together and then check it. And
it's quite detailed. You know what I mean? You'd have to take the cranks off, you take the chain off, you take absolutely everything off your bikes pretty much, and then just put it all back together. But like, it's not just as easy as taking it off and putting it back together. It's like the fact that you've got to do the right pedal first before the left pedal, and the spanner must be always facing downwards, whichever way you're going to, push it on and off. And it's always, you've got to do this before that, not just like, any random order, like it's, back wheel first and front wheel.
Yeah, and the bike's upside down as well. It's not like on its wheels like how I'm normally used to working with a bike. So, and like when you finish with the tool, even if you've got to use it on the next side, you put it back down, then you walk around to the other side, and then start taking whatever you're taking off. Yeah. So it's quite... so we've been testing each other throughout the day. Okay,
the order.
What's the order?
And so that exam is on Tuesday.
So we got 2 days. Yeah, less than, but we'll be fine. I think we'll be okay.
Let's hope. No one's failed yet, so we don't want to be the first.
Imagine if we're the first.
And then next we had the health exam,
which Paige was absolutely dreading, which ended up not being that bad.
Yeah. So we had everything really.
Yeah.
Blood test,
urine test, eye test, an ECG, a chest X-ray. Yeah. And that was about it. So we get the results for that in a couple of days.
So test results come out.
But that was actually really efficient. Their healthcare system's obviously quite good.
Or just the clinic we went to was pretty sorted with international riders.
Okay, day 5.
Mm-hmm. You can start.
Okay. Well, we actually got to use the gym for the first time, which we were really excited about, because on our orientation tour we got to have a look at the gym. They've got about, 20 squat racks?
Yeah, 15 or so.
15 squat racks, which is
so like different stations that have got like a bench press at every station, and squat rack, and
like area to do deadlift and cleans and whatnot. And the only downside to the gym is that it's so cold in there. Mm-hmm. So I think next time I'll be layering up my clothes a bit more, because my hands were absolutely freezing.
And our feet never got warm.
No, never, ever. But I think we're going to hit the gym again a couple of times this week, which will be good fun.
Yeah.
And then we had racing practice for the first time.
That was exciting.
Yeah. So we've made reference to ourselves as being Mario Kart lookalikes, because we've got the big colourful helmet covers and the colour on the suit.
What about the armour?
Oh, and the armour. Yes, we can show you the armour. So we had a choice about whether we wanted to wear the armour or not, and after we saw all the videos from the racing rules session,
all the crashes.
Like, yes, armour please. And actually our armour that I'll show you in a second is actually not as good as some of the other students, which we saw at racing practice the other day. So basically... So it's not really going to see. It's just a lycra shirt, which this way, which has shoulder pads on the side here, on both sides, and then it's got like these pads in the back, which are quite thick, and they they just sort of protect your back, and that goes underneath your skin suit. So we tested that out in the racing practice, and it all seemed to fit under our skin suits, which was really good.
Yeah, good start. We also got some new gloves, which are pretty cool.
Pink.
Yeah, and do you want to do the pants?
Oh yeah, and we're really, really excited. This is probably our most favourite thing. We bought some Keirin pants, which have the stars on the side. So, and that's like a tradition in Japan. And so in the men's, there's like different colours for the different classes. It's not the same in the women's. But they're cool. It's really cool. Yeah, we're going to be
we will be racing in our own skin suits for the races. Actually, looks a bit funny because it's not like, for the women, it's not like a full length sort of colour top to wear. Like you'll see in the photos of us practicing. It's sort of like almost like a cape that sort of like just does the arms and sort of goes to the mid back. So we've got our New Zealand and Oz skin suit underneath, and that's how it's going to work.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. That's so cool.
We're pretty nervous about doing the racing practice because the gates are a lot different to what we're normally used to. Like you're actually off the ground a little bit, so you've really got to push out.
It's sort of like in a rut, so like the thing's sort of like that, and your wheel sort of sits on top of it, and then it's like start, and you sort of go up and over. And
it's not as fast as a UCI level, so the pacer just sort of keeps it at the same pace the whole time.
Yeah.
And just it's a little bit windy. We got new discs in.
Discs and the wind was a bit sort of windy, bit different because we've never really been on the outdoor.
But it was good. Like they had pretty much immediate video feedback. We got a lot of good advice from the actual judges. So
they told us what might happen and how we might get boxed in the real races with the girls. So if they think we're good, they'll sort of like box us in so that we can't get out and stuff. So
and how we can sort of overcome that. So we actually learned a lot that day, and I feel a lot better now going into the race next weekend than what I was feeling a couple of days before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot more confident. And then today was the best day.
Yeah, today was the best day so far, but it didn't start out that way.
Yeah.
Like late the night before, we were like, we're going to go on a road ride in the morning. It's going to be great. And then I get back to my room and I'm like, shit, I forgot my helmet.
Yes.
So we had to go out at different times. And then we both got lost separately, which wasn't so great. It was bloody freezing. And Paige even had to come back and like get more clothes on and then go back out.
Yeah, it was about 8 or 9 degrees.
Yeah, it was.
So that wasn't very nice. I had my scarf on and beanie underneath, so on. But I mean, that's not that cold. But we're women.
We're tough. Don't listen to her.
Not at all. And then Kaarle went on her road ride. While she went on her road ride, on my road ride, I'd seen like a bit of the softball happening down the road and tennis and handball. And then I saw like there was a hockey turf. So when Kaarle went out, I was like, I'm so going to go check it out. And went along and sort of introduced myself and said, hi, I play hockey and so on. So I had a little game with the locals. And you'll see a picture down below. But it's really cool. That was fun. And then it sort of got a bit worse again.
Yeah, just for a little bit. We got picked up at 11:45 sharp. There wasn't even a knock on the door. We didn't even have to walk down. And we were driving to lunch, and they're like, this is kind of a bit of a traditional day. You're going to get to do this cultural experience, so we're going to treat you to a traditional Japanese dinner or lunch. And so we got treated to unagi.
So that's eel. And on the way there, we sort of heard and we're like, right.
Yeah. And we were kind of like, maybe we just try a little bit, like don't get a full meal. And I was like absolutely dead set that I didn't want to do it. So I wrote like a little message on my phone and like I passed it back to Paige and it said, I really don't want to eat this.
No, and I was exactly the same. I was like, not sure about this eel. But then they're like, you're very lucky to have, have this experience and it's very expensive, and it was like $48 for sort of a meal Australian of eels. So we were sort of like, right, but it ended up to be really good.
Yeah,
we were stoked.
Yeah, and we also got to try sashimi for the first time as well, which you weren't such a big fan of.
No,
but I was surprised that I actually enjoyed it. So
a lot of miso soup. Sort of, you tried a bit of eel liver, so that was
that was so great. But the eel itself,
the eel was very good.
Was surprisingly good. I would definitely get that again.
So it was marinated in teriyaki, which is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was nice. And then so that was sort of like a pleasant surprise as it was. And then so the national newspaper wanted us to do like a cultural experience and get into the whole like Japan thing. So we went to this tourism office,
and we had no idea what was planned for this, and we just thought a cultural experience, you know, an hour doing something.
Yeah, sitting at a table, legs crossed sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we got a kimono on. Yeah. So that was quite cool, and it was very detailed as to how to put it on.
Yeah, we couldn't do it ourselves.
Nah, so they, you know, strapped it on and very tight around, you know, the waist. But we all got to select our own, which was pretty cool. Sort of pattern we wanted, and then what colour sash we wanted, and the under sort of top. Hair. Yeah, they did our hair, all cool, little, you know, hairpiece sort of thing in our hair, so that was cool.
And then we got to go to a town called Shizenji, which is quite a popular little town with a hot spring. And this is where they took lots of photos of us, and we had a lot of photos throughout the town. So
we went to the Buddhist temple, and then there was like another sort of walkway of a whole lot of really high bamboo.
There was a Lover's Bridge, which we got a photo on. We were doing this. Yes. And then we got treated to to have matcha green tea, which is like the highest grade green tea that you can have. It's very
different kinds. So there's matcha, sen, and cha, I think. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And but we had the highest one, so that was the most expensive. Yeah.
And they all shouted this for us. And I also had a hot cocoa, and
I had a coffee jelly with ice cream on top. So yeah, that was all very nice, and very well looked after. So we had like more interviews when we're having our coffees and stuff.
And then they took us to a little souvenir shop, and the reporters actually bought us a gift each, which because I like green tea and Paige
likes coffee.
We got
little things so that we could do it when we're back home. We could remember sort of Japan. So I got a little wooden coffee cup,
and I got like a little green tea cup. So it was really kind of them, and they were so nice to us, and we even got paid for the interview, which we weren't even expecting either. So you know, we thought that they were doing us a favour.
Yeah, so, exactly. Sort of promoting girls, Keirin, but then all of a sudden it was just like, here's gifts and here's all the stuff. So
I think that they really like blonde girls.
They said we were very pretty again, and thank you for the lovely big smiles. So
it's been very nice.
Yeah, very nice. So the village was very cute though.
It was our favourite place so far, I reckon.
Yeah, and we think we're going to somehow venture our way back there. We don't know how we're going to get there, but somehow.
We're thinking of hiring a scooter maybe, but we'll just see how it goes. We could probably ride to this town. Yeah. But there's like lots of little shops that we want to visit and buy gifts for family if they're lucky enough.
And then we came home for dinner. We cook ourselves dinner every night. So what did we have? We had
stir-fried veggies and just spaghetti bowl.
Yep. And here we are now.
Yes. Tomorrow we have we're going to do some gym in the morning and then more racing practice, and we then get our results from the physical exam. So if we pass that, then we've got a quarter of our test done. So because there's 4 parts.
So there's 4 parts. The first part is academic, then the bike assemble, and then the personality. So like, are you going to accept the bribe? No. And then the last part is the physical, as we've already done. Yeah. Yeah. So and then that's the day after tomorrow is the academic exam.
Yeah.
And personality.
The last 3 bits. So by the end of Tuesday, we'll know whether or not we can actually compete in the Keirin series, which we hope so. Yes. We've had to cram a 10-month course into 5 days, so hopefully we'll be okay.
Yes. What we think of Japan so far, sort of thing. Well, you have to take your shoes off everywhere. So
even in your apartment, and oops, shit.
I was just thinking that.
Kind of got shoes on now, so it shows how much we are not really accustomed